Riddle me this.
You want a war? You're gonna get one.
What was that? He had enough time for one more play.
He had an opportunity to win that game again.
But the referee screwed us. The brother screwed us.
I'm upset, but
the brother screwed us.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys game.
You literally.
The brother screwed us. The brother screwed us. He had one man opportunity for one more play.
Dallas still stinks.
The brother screwed us. Yo, by the way, good thing right here. Welcome to an afternoon edition of Philly 500. We are going to talk some birds. We are going to talk a little 500's favorite Eagle conspiracy. We talk about this every year. But first, how is everybody doing out there? I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. Eagles 1278. What's up? CJ Davis. What's going on? Carlos Prolific. Bird Gang 31. Shout out to Bird Gang 31. Everybody, check out his site. I will get the link and put it in the description here in a little bit. I love this site. It's absolutely an Eagles all-in-one thing. You got to check it out. Ex-Philly Bird. Daldridge. What's going on? Antonio Holmes. What's happening? Prolific. Silverback. Adrian. Thank you for being here. Lucio. Sneaker Hunter. PA Sports. What's going on? Andrew, Original Philly, thank you guys, and anybody I missed, I apologize. First thing first, let's talk about some of the things going on here, with the Eagles. Let me see if I have it. Do I even have it? I think I forgot to. Let me put it up here. I know you guys probably saw this. Let me get it out. I forgot to upload it. But the Eagles are possibly bringing in a cornerback. They have a visit today, and I don't know what to think of it other than he could play special teams. So here we go. Rapport said former Chiefs free agent cornerback and special teamer Nazeed Johnson is visiting with the Eagles today. Sources. I assume this is special teams help, depth help. Don't know much about him, but I would really love to see the Eagles go out there and actually bring in somebody that can return kicks. I don't know how much they're going to let Mekhi Lemon do it, if he can do it on the NFL level, but it's something to think about. We will definitely see. F. Hammond, thank you for the super chat, but man, appreciate you first today. What up, Philly? Who are we trading for? Well, I don't know. I have no idea, but I will say this. I have for years, and if you've been watching me for years, you know, I believe the whole Devontae Smith softball game is always a front for the Eagles. Not that it's not a real softball game, that they're doing real charity work. They are. But I think the Eagles use it to bring in certain players to see how they are going to interact with the Eagles, some of the guys on the Eagles team, and then Howie goes back to Devontae and these other guys and gets feedback on those guys. We have seen quite a few guys like Jahan Dotson get traded to the Eagles during the season when they started. One of the things they did was show up at the softball game. We have seen this happen before. We almost saw it with Micah Parsons. Now, I got to say, if you look at that softball game yesterday, here were all the people that were at that game. Now, this is crazy. I know you're saying 500, you're whacked. But if you've been watching me for a while, I've done this every year. And usually, most of the time, we get at least one person off this softball game. And but if you look at all these people, there's one guy that I want to hone in on. Because I do not believe that this is possible. I still don't think it's possible. I haven't talked about it. But I got to tell you, I become a little bit of a believer of something could be up when I see Christian Gonzalez at the Devontae Smith softball game. This makes me really wonder if the Eagles, maybe they're not going to get him, but maybe they're trying to get him and they want to get a feel for him interacting with these guys. To me, this is a very interesting thing. Now, I don't think it'll happen. But I do think it's very peculiar that he's going to show up at the softball game this year. Out of all the years, he's here this year when we know something is about to go down. He doesn't have his contract extension, and they only picked up his year. Could it be? I don't know. It's something to watch. There's also a guy, Chase Young's also on there. You look at this list. I'm telling you right now, look at the list and the guys that are at that game. One of those guys that are not on the Eagles will be on the Eagles roster at some point this year. It happens every year almost. I think last year was like the first time it didn't happen. So I'm gonna give it to you guys, but I think there's something to it. And now all of a sudden, I'm like, I didn't think the Christian Gonzalez thing is even possible. But now I wonder, what's he doing at the softball game this year of all the years? Coincidence? Or do the Eagles say, bring him in, let's see how he is, how he interacts, and then give us feedback on him, tell us if he's worth it. I really think that's what they do. I think they use Devontae Smith's softball game as a front. You can't just be trading every year a guy off of that softball game. Every year. Who else are? Jerry Judy's there. Whoever's there, one of those guys is going to end up on the Eagles. How did I unmute myself? There you go. So with that said, I'm going to turn it over to you guys because I know you think I'm nuts. The other thing is there's a lot of talk about Grant Delpit possibly being a guy the Eagles are going to go after. I would love it because they definitely need another safety. I think Jeff Kerr talked about him. And sometimes when these Eagle media guys start bringing up a name, you watch them. Like, Jonathan Grenard was brought up by the Eagles media over the last 2 weeks before the draft, kind of like maybe they knew something was coming. So keep that in mind. But I'm telling you what, I didn't believe the Christian Gonzalez thing's possible. I still don't. But, man, if anything's going to convince me, and you know me, and you've been watching me, I think that whoever shows up at that softball game is there for a reason, not just to be nice and stuff. The Eagles are trying to get a feel for him. Trick Runner, what's going on, man? David Super Chat. Sixers, huge comeback, move to round 2. Beat them Celtics, dude. I hate the Celtics. I hate the Celtics maybe as much as I hate the Dallas Cowboys. So it was a beautiful thing. Question is can they pull off one more? That remains to be seen. Let's see. I do stream. I can't stream the Sixers tonight. I wanted Chase Young 2 years ago. Well, why? To me, Chase Young is there because the Eagles are looking and saying, let's see how these guys interact. Hey, Devontae, here's a list of guys to invite. We want you to look at these guys, try to get some of these guys. We want to see how they interact and then give us your feedback on them. I swear I believe that goes on. And then Gonzo did make a big comment about something coming in June. I took that as the A.J. Brown going to New England thing. But why is he at that game? Get ready for the memes when you got your likely 1 and 2 wide receivers numbered 6 and 9. The memes are coming. Oh yeah. We got Woolen. That's true, and that's why I still lean towards not. But remember, Woolen is only a 1-year deal. If you did, could you move Woolen to safety? Could be Jordan Battle for. Yeah, it could be. I'm telling you, anybody on that list is a possibility. What up, 500? Mother Hopper said the love from New Zealand. Shout out to New Zealand. What's going on? Yeah, we got the Sixers tonight. We got the Flyers tonight. Flyers better be a lot better. You ain't going to win games unless you're Montreal getting less than 10 shots on goal. We're not getting Gonzalez left. I would be giving AJ and a first. He's a better cornerback than AJ's a wide. Oh, I agree with you, but I'm telling you, when all those rumors, I just, my mind works like that, man. I telling you, I believe that whole Devontae Smith thing is a front. It's not, it's a real charity, but I think the Eagles take advantage of it. They want to. The reason why they always get one guy off that roster is because they can go to those players and get a feel for those guys. I think that's why they went for Micah Parsons. Philly, what do you truly think is going on in New England? And do you think the head coach mess will downfall? I think it will. I think the whole thing with Vrabel is gonna be a pain in the butt of the Patriots fans and that team all year. I think they're gonna take steps back, even if they get AJ Brown. I think you want that 2027 first if you can get it, because I think they're not gonna be that great. It could be a top 15 pick. I think they take a step back. There's just too much craziness there, and they should be investigated for tampering. I mean, really, they should be. When that coach comes out and says he talks to A.J. Brown every day, they text every day, and then you look at what Rossini was putting out, and then you look at her relationship with Vrabel, no, you can't help but have to investigate that. Joe, thank you for the super chat. I thought you'd be live for the Sixers and Flyers. Nah, I mean, usually when I do it, nobody watches. Not a lot of people watching stuff. Plus, when the game start at like 4, I can't even be. I'm not even home by then. I agree 100%, Philly. It looks a little shady to me as well. I mean, that's just. Yeah, signing extensions never matter. I'm not saying it's him. It could be like, let's get him here. Let's take a look. Maybe down the road, we'll get some information on him, Yeah, Mekhi Becton's still free agent. I don't think so. I don't think they should bring Becton back. I actually like the rookies they drafted. I like Morris. I like the other kid, Bell. I think they got 2 good offensive linemen that are going to be good in this draft. Morris might be really good. And Bell too, so I actually like what they did offensive line-wise. I don't think you need Becton. I think Becton needs Stoutland around. You're right. That's the logical thing. You're right. Can't afford to pay both of them. I agree with you. What if though this? What if the Eagles, what has Gonzalez got left? They picked his extension up. Does he got 1 or 2 years left on his contract? What if they just bring him in for a year and then they trade him, or let him play for 2 years if he's got 2 years left on his deal? What if they don't plan on signing him? They just want him for temporary. So you think Tyler Steen is still starting at guard? I mean, I think right now Steen is penciled in. I personally think you should put competition in front of him. There are going to be more distractions in New England than loose squirrels during. It's true, but I'm saying, like, what if the Eagles have no intentions? What if they say, "Well, we'll trade for him and just let him play his contract out"? I mean, how many times have we seen rookies come in, maybe not to Christian Gonzalez's level, but how many times have they brought guys in and said, yeah, we're interested in maybe signing him, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, perfect example, and you just let him go at the end of the year? I would like to see Bell at guard too, or Morris. I think you should have an open competition at that right guard spot. I think Hollywood Brown will end up being. Well, see, I assume that Brown is going to be a backup. He might not even make the team, because I think if AJ goes, and then I think Lemon goes to the slot. I think Wicks is on the outside. I guess Brown will compete with Wicks on the outside. Maybe he'll be a 4th receiver, but I wouldn't be surprised if you're in a situation where they have Lemon in the slot, Wicks on the outside with Devontae, and then, like a Darius Cooper or something ends up making the team, and then they just let Hollywood Brown go. If you trade for Gonzalez, you got to pay him. That's not a guy you could just rent for a couple. Why? Why not? Like, why not? If you could get them to give you him for just a few years, why not? Why can't he just be a rental for 2 years? I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even know how long he's got left. I don't know if he's got 1 year or 2 years left. Let me see. But why? Why not? Why not just Why not just get a pick and get him or something like that, and just let him walk? He's got 2 years left. He's got 2 years left, dude. I don't think that's as impossible as people think. How he plays, how he loves the compensatory picks, right? He loves that whole thing. What if he gets them for 2 years? And Gonzalez comes, plays 2 years, and then they let him go, and then get a compensatory pick out of him. It's a little weird, I know. It's not the norm, but Howie doesn't do things normally. Sixers going to the finals. How am I supposed to stream when I'm not even home? People are sleeping on Morris for sure. He had a high round talent. It was lazy as F and needs to be motivated. I don't think the big boys in the room with him will react kindly to late. I agree. No, yeah, you're right. Tyler Steen was not a problem since all 22. It was Landon and Cam, left guard and center, were the main problems with the O-line. Steen held up, especially with Lane went down. Yeah, I agree. I don't think Steen is bad. I think Steen is good, but I think that there's room for improvement. Like, I think there's a room to get somebody better, and I thought we saw that with Becton. Like, I look at Steen as a good, solid player, but if you could upgrade, you shouldn't not. Because, one, are you going to sign Steen next year, or are you going to just let him play out and walk? Most likely, Steen's going to walk. And I think that if you look at Steen and then you look at Becton, Becton was clearly more dominant. And so I think you're absolutely right. It's not like Steen did anything bad. It's just that's the one area where I think you can right away upgrade that line without rattling some of the big contracts that you have. Yeah, Johnny Wilson's still on the roster. We're not letting a first rounder return punt. Sorry. Well, they used to do it. They did it in the past, but I agree with you. I don't see that either. With Wool and Coop at Q, we would even have room for him. Technically no. But I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm just a conspiracy. I don't understand why Gonzalez goes to that stupid softball game out of all, and it's not stupid, it's great calls. But oh, come on, man, he's there now. That was the only way I would have ever even considered it in my head. And I started thinking about it. And I said, all right, would the Eagles do something like that? Could Howie Roseman get a guy like Christian Gonzalez, bring him in 2 years, and then let him just walk and get a third round compensatory pick or something like that? Yeah, I could see it. I could see him doing it. What do you do with Woolen then, right? Do you put Woolen? Can Woolen play safety? He's a pretty big guy, right? Could he play safety? Did the Eagles overpay? No, I think they got a good deal on Grenard. I think overpaying's like $30 million above. They got him for less. I think it's less than $25 million a year. So no, I think it's good considering that he was requesting in Minnesota 30 plus. I thought it was a good deal, Richie. I've been saying for months Steen wasn't the problem. I agree. People thought me. No, you're right. Steen wasn't the problem. And he's not the problem. But if you were looking to upgrade your line and you were looking to do something long-term knowing Steen's going to be gone probably after this year, why not do it? I don't think you can deny the difference between the way Becton played and the dominance and the way Steen played. Now, Steen's good. I look at him a lot like Reed Blankenship. Like good, solid safety. I don't know that he's ever going to be like a multi-time all-pro type guard or player, but he's decent. And, that wouldn't prevent me from upgrading it, though. Yeah, Grenard was paid good. Is Mark Holmes, I don't think, watches basketball. And Capizzo, I have no idea. I hate the Knicks, though. Lucius, thank you for super chat, my man. Christian Gonzalez could play safety. Maybe trade for him, play him there at least for a year if they do that. Yeah, I know. I know it's crazy, dude. I know. And I'm like, Yeah, it doesn't make sense. But the only thing that would have ever made me think about it is that he goes to the softball game. Because if you watch my previous years, I do a segment every year on the softball game, and then every year we get a guy off. Except for last year, we get a guy off that roster on the softball. Every year it happens, except for last year. Jahan Dotson was the last and perfect example. And we did a video and we brought up Jahan Dotson saying, watch out for Dotson coming to Philly. He was at the Devontae Smith softball game, and then he comes. Now I'm saying Gonzalez talking about something big coming in June. The Eagles are going to trade what's his face to New England. Gonzalez does. Why is New England not giving him an extension? Why would you not give him an extension right now? If they gave him an extension, I would say definitely not. Move one to safety in Gaza. I mean, I know it's crazy thought. I know. But I'm saying something, it's just weird to me, man. 41-30, you're absolutely right. I noticed that I haven't seen the all 22. Jurgens was getting blown into the backfield on every down. Dickerson could prove. Yeah, if you go and you watch those guys, Silent, just count. From the snap of the ball, just count. It's like 2.5 seconds, maybe 3. They're blocking, they let go. They can't finish their block. They can't play through the whistle. I think Jurgens and Dickerson were so hurt, they just could not hold up long. So, they've got to be better. Grenard's not just good at rushing. Quarterbacks is a great run stopper. I think Grenard is a better player than what the hell is this? Pajamas. My wife's pajamas. I think it's my wife's, but I don't even know whose pajamas. Grenard, not just good run stuff. I think Grenard's a better player than Jalen Phillips. I think Phillips still has a higher upside, but I think Grenard's a more established player. Philly, do you think Superhero's is going to be on the edge starting time for the season? Do you think Superhero going to be on the edge starting into? You are, you mean? No, I think those guys are going to. I think you got to give them 2 or 3 years, man. Give them 2 or 3 years. What's up, El Yepa? How are you? I need to know why the Pats are getting rid of their best corner. I don't know that they are. I don't know that they are. But everybody keeps talking about it. And when they talk about it, I'm like, no way, I don't believe it. Then I look and I'm like, well, why is New England not paying him an extension? And then to me, when he shows up at the Devontae Smith game, I'm like, all right, something's up. But I don't think, if you said, what are the chances, 10%, 20%? But I think it was 1% before I saw he go to the Devontae game. Think about it. I mean, what if Howie just says, I'll bring him in for 2 years? We would have gotten 2 more good years out of A.J. Brown anyways. I'll bring him in, and then I'll get a compensatory pick. I don't know. To me, that's not unlike Howie. He's done that with so many damn rookies before, right? He trades for guys on rookie deals. They play 1-2 years and then they leave. Why does it have to be different? It's like if there's I've got Steen as a league average guard, like 30th best or something. Yeah, remember there are 64 starters. Means you can improve, but he's not hurting you if you don't. He's serviceable, upgradable. Agreed. Yeah, I agree. And I think really he's the one true upgradable piece this year. Like, I don't think you're not going to upgrade over Lane or Mulata. And then you assume Dickerson and Jurgens are back healthy somewhat. You're not going to upgrade that. The only position that you could upgrade or have an open position is that right guard spot. I don't think they want to take it from Steen, but I just think you should open the competition. Searching through silence says, yo, Philly, why is your boy A.J. Brown holding his event, having his little boy lead the Eagles chant, and then having the audacity to tell us not to believe in the media hype? AJ's, I don't know. Was he saying, don't worry, I love you guys, but I'm going, like, I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. But I can say this, though. I do think that the Patriots have a problem. All right? And it starts with Game 7 of the playoffs when the Boston Celtics get beat by the Sixers. And by the way, let me just say this. I not every all-season trade Embiid time? No. You got to keep these guys together because you got a chance with these three guys you got, man. But when they lost to the Sixers, I said, uh-oh, bad juju is headed to Boston. It would not surprise me if the Chiefs, who are now apparently looking at AJ, and the Rams, there's reports that the Rams may enter back into the whole thing because they didn't take a receiver in the first round, right? They didn't take Lemon. So all of a sudden, you may have competition. He may not even end up in New England. And I hope he doesn't, to be honest with you. He's your favorite Eagle right now? Are we talking about UR Bernard, Math? Gonzalez Q on the outside, Coop in the middle, Woolen safety. I'm just saying. What if they just said, we're not going to pay him all. We're just going to bring him in for 2 years. What if Howie says, I got 2 years of Christian Gonzalez on a rookie deal to play with these other guys. I'm going to just let him play it out. Then I'll get a 3rd round pick, compensatory, or trade him or something, trade his rights. Howie does things differently than everybody else. But what if that is the case and it gives you 2 years of those three guys together? Upgrade Cam Jurgens. I don't think you have a guy on the roster that could really compete with him. Cooper and Love, dude, we taken everything from the Cowboys. We are the America's team. We run the division. We bang their checks. We take care of it all. I love Cooper DeJean. Keep doing it, DeJean. I think they should all be dating Cowboys to take their girls from. That's my point. Howie wants Steen to play and Walker free agent and get a high comp pick for a good guard. Steen 6'7", 330 with the ring. Hopefully 2-3 year starter. Had a good comp pick. Yeah, you might be right. You could definitely be right about that. But like for a team aspect of it, don't you think bringing letting, not handing the other guys the job, but just saying, all right, guess what? We're gonna open this right guard spot up. Steen, Steen's the guy right now, but if somebody can beat him out, so be it. Yeah, of course I do, Trick Runner. He does it. He retires every year. I get people think it's crazy, right? I don't think Gonzalez is coming. I don't think. I just think the chances are better than they were before that softball game. That softball game to me means the Eagles want to see how they want to take a look at something. That's all I'm saying. Because I believe that everybody that they bring in from other teams for those softball games, 90% of the time, not everyone, some are just really good friends with Devontae. But I think they also bring in guys that they want to get a feel for, like Jahan Dotson. Bring him in, hang out, let him play, tell us, talk to him, get a feel, how does he get along with the guys on the baseball field, and then they try to use that as part of the evaluation. But I would not put it past Howie Roseman. I would not. I don't put nothing past old man Howie. Howie's not an old man. I don't even know how old Howie is. How old is Howie? We got over 400 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Let's see here. Make sure I'm caught up here. Oh, this is old Carlos 500. What's up? Oh, we are going to lose a game late in the season with Elliott as a kicker. Do you think that Luke Akers is going to end up getting a invite to camp and with a chance to try? He's 50. Howie's my age. Jake Elliott is Aaronola. Well, Elliott though. Got to give Elliott credit though. When we were in the Super Bowl both times, I think he was pretty good in both those games, right? AJ's playing with. If AJ plays with the Eagles this year, the league's in trouble. it's in trouble because then you have Lemon in the slot and Devontae and AJ up. I mean, forget it. You got Wicks rotating in. That wouldn't be impossible because they paid Wicks more money, but I don't think that money. It's like $12.5 million. I don't think that money is until next year. So that tells me that they're not planning necessarily on him starting this year. Was Fire Robson the right move? Would the Phillies keep winning? I kind of think it was, dude. Yeah, I think it was kind of 2 years in the making. Bill says it's probably 90%, 95% chance that AJ is going after June 1st. But what about 5% chance he stays? Will that be a positive situation? I think so. I mean, I think if AJ comes back, I don't think AJ is going to be like Terrell Owens doing push-ups and sit-ups in the driveway. I think he won't be happy. He'll do his book thing. He'll probably say things every once in a while. Everybody will overanalyze every play to see if he let up at all. And, we'll get some ups and downs with him. But overall, he'll go out and put big numbers up because he's a great receiver. But you have him, Devontae, and Lemon in the slot. I mean, dude, that's dangerous. People still praying AJ Owens is back. Yeah, I'm admittedly one of them. Come on, baby. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want him back, but I think the draft was a big shocker to me because I don't think it's gonna happen. Let's get the doggone likes up. Yeah, get them doggone likes up. What up, Leon Banks? Celebrates 29 months of membership. You the man, brother. Found love, bro. Wow, we're going to get married. Get out of town. You found love this time? You're going to have to tell me about it. You're getting married in 2020. Congratulations, man. You cried after the first pick of the draft. Big weird. I wasn't crying. Don't believe the Mark Holmes propaganda. It can't stand up to the test of time, my friend. It just can't. Nobody was crying. He meant AJ is toying with us, toying us in that way. Well, maybe. I don't know what to make of what the stuff AJ says. It's hard to know. I heard Cooper DeJean talking, and he was kind of he sounded like he knew AJ was already gone. Devontae at the softball game kind of sounded like he knew he was gone. So I think he's probably gone. Do we really think the offense is going to be actual NFL offense this year? Going to actually use the middle of the field? Hurts threw the ball 20 times over the middle at 400 tenths last year. Yeah, why? Do you think that he just can't do it? Do you think it's easier for him to throw 50 yards down the field on a dime in the dagger throw in the Super Bowl or throw 4 yards over the middle or hit a slant? I don't think it's as hard for him as people think. I just don't think that's what the Eagles did. And yeah, you could say maybe he doesn't like it. I don't know. But the question I have is more not are they going to do it, but why weren't they doing it in the past? And who's the reason why? And I think that this year we'll find out. Because if Hurts comes out and is throwing over the middle and he's successful at it, then we know it was the damn coach. But if they come out and he can't do it, then we're going to know, yeah, it was him. But I really don't think it was Hurts. I think it was the coach, and I think it was the play call. But I think that I could be proven right or wrong. I think we could prove this after this year, Howie next moves, definitely, you would think so, right? I agree with your idea of 500. If Landon and Cam are healthy, right guards position, it is, yeah. But you don't just give it. You're not going to get any worse than Steen, but, we'll see. If AJ stays, he stays. If he doesn't, he doesn't. To me, it's all about, at this point, I'm just so ready for I just want the compensation. Just give me the right compensation, and it's all right, see you, dude. I'm so sick of the whole thing. Yeah, we definitely need more sacks. We do. Stowers and Daquan Wright are going to feast. I think so too. I really like Stowers. Stowers was the second, I thought, best tight end in the draft. So I like that pick. Pack Attack, David Super Chat. Help Philly 500. I can't stand all the optimism come from the Cowboys. Dude, it's every year. It's every year at this time. Don't worry. It will fade very quickly. Just give it a few weeks in the season, and it will fade away. Roll Philly Dolph, thank you for the super chat. My problem with the people who say Hurts is the problem is that I've seen with my own two eyes what Hurts looks like with Steichen, and he did it. Yeah, I mean he has done it to me too. I don't know. I just look at Hurts and I go, man, he sure played good in the Super Bowl the 2 times he played. We've seen him do things like, I don't know, like, well, he can't throw a screen pass to a running back. Well, he can't do it, or he just doesn't do it. He can't throw a slant. He can't throw over the middle. Like, it's hard for me to believe he can't do it. I just don't think for whatever reason they did it. You know? So who knows? But I will say this before we continue. I do want to show you guys something right quick. All right. You guys got to check this out. Prize Picks. All right, America's number 1 sports fantasy app. Okay, use promo code HMA and get $5, get $50 instantly on $5 spent. And you can just go on, download the app, and then sit there and you can make your picks. Like, I want to show you guys what I have today. I'm doing a whole Philly thing right here today. I'm doing Joel Embiid. I'm taking him 41.5 for total points, rebounds, and assists. Okay, so we're going to go Joel Embiid. Then we are going to go VJ Edgecombe to get 12.5 points. I think he scores over that. So we got him over. We got Embiid over. Then we are going to flip it around. We're going to go hockey. Travis Konechny tonight. All right. I believe he has 1.5 shots on goal. I think he'll get that. Then you look at his partner. Let me get his partner up. Porter Martone. He's going to have a 0.5 point tonight. I got over there. So when you look at what we got going on tonight, we've got a lot of stuff. We got Martone, a 0.5 point. We got Konechny, 1.5 shots of goal. Joel Embiid, 40.5 points, assists, and rebounds total. And then Edgecombe with 12.5 points. And you can do this if you go to Prize Pick, download the link in the description, use promo code HMA, and get $50 instantly when you play $5 in lineups. That's HMA, get $50 instantly for playing $5 in lineups. Just use promo code HMA. Shout out to Prize Picks, and we appreciate them. Now, I can't wait for these games tonight, man. I gotta put on. I gotta get whatchamacallit. I gotta get my TV to be like picture in picture so I can have both games up at the same time. Let me see here. Where were we? Philly, I got a prediction for you. Stowers has 600 yards this season. Watch, he's going to, 600 yards for Stowers, rookie. That's a hell of a call. If you're right there, that would be something. I really hope this A.J. Brown trade brings a 2027 pick. If it's 2028, maybe we can use that to move up. Yeah, I don't think the first to 2027, 2028 first isn't the worst thing. But if it could be a 2027 first, I'm good. I'm not interested in anything unless it's a first-round pick, though. You know? Dak Prescott and Lamar Jackson choking this season away. 2 things you can count on. 1,000%. I got Devontae Smith, 1,200 yards. Mekhi Lemon, 1,100 yards. And wow. Those are big numbers. Those are big numbers for Hurts. You can't throw you can't up them, throw up the middle if you telegraph every. You can't do a lot in the league if you telegraph every play. When my chat is calling out the plays and the runs and where what gap they're running and where they're going, then the defensive coordinators can do the same thing. But I feel like at least with the Jalen Hurts situation and all the criticism, I feel like one way or the other we're gonna know this year, unless we have Nick Sirianni starts getting involved and trying to force them to run a certain offense that they don't want to run at all. Then it becomes a problem. Joel Embiid's gonna be tired. He literally gassed out yesterday. He carried the dang team. Well, that was 2 days ago, and I wish they did have an extra day, but I think he goes off today, man. I think Embiid's going to be running just jacked up from winning that Game 7, man. I think he's going to come out, and he's going to come out hot. When you got Sirianni running up in your face, I'm pretty sure AJ dropped them on purpose, too. You think he did on purpose? Interesting. My comment was accurate. You just want to be... Are you talking to me, Silent Samurai? You're going to have to remind me. If it was me, you have to remind me of what it was so I can figure it out. I never heard that crying from the Celtics about the refs and Embiid. No, what a bunch of bait. No, I didn't hear it. Were they crying? Boy, I hate the Celtics. If I think Sixers lose tonight, it's going to be a Game 7 series, but Joel's got a gas tonight. He literally gave everything he had last game and carried us to victory. Nick's depth does scare me. Yeah, I mean, Game 1 off of that Game 7, what they played the other day, it could be that case. Yeah, you could be right. I mean, I think it's a hard. If they lost Game 1, it wouldn't be surprising. It's like the Flyers. Like Flyers lost Game 1, they weren't ready to play that game. I don't know why they would put a second round of a playoff game on while you still got a first round of playoff series going on. It makes no sense to me. Did you see the video of AJ? I scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl. AJ jokes about Jalen, which makes me think Nick was the problem. No, I didn't see it. Where was this at? Thing is, nobody needed AJ to tell us the offense was ass. We have eyes. What we needed from AJ was leadership and holding the ship together because that was captains are supposed to do. Here, I get what you're saying. I'm gonna give you my alternate spin on it because I see it a little differently. And I'm talking specifically about AJ addressing the offense because there are other things he did that I don't think were that great. But when he talked about the offense publicly, I think what AJ was saying was something that was talked about with the other players on that offense, other teammates, and that AJ was the guy to go in front of the media because I think the players were upset because they felt like the coaches were not listening to them, that Nick was not hearing them and what they were saying, specifically after the Rams game where they come back and they're like, we're not a offense that could be passive. We got killers on this team. We got to go out and be killers, and that's what we are. And that's what those players wanted, and that's what they told Nick. And when you go in that Tampa game where they're up 24-6 and you go right back in that prevent offense, I think all those players got upset. And I think AJ was speaking up for all of them. I actually think that was, in a weird way, leadership because he knew that he was going to get the arrows thrown his way. He knew he was going to get criticism for it, but he did it anyways because somebody had to speak up. And the reason they were speaking up within the media was because the media was the only way they could hopefully get to the coaches because the coaches weren't hearing them when they went to them one-on-one. I think that's why he did it, to be honest with you. I really believe that. But there were other things that he did that I didn't like. Philly Sixers made my day with beating the arrogant ass Celtics. Oh, they made my day too. I didn't think it was going to happen. Down 3-1. So, I mean, the Celtics have owned us. We got 400 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. Appreciate you. I agree 100%. AJ quit on the field on that That's what nobody should want to bum back. Yeah, it didn't look good, dude. It didn't look good. Saying he dropped pass yeah, I don't think he dropped it on purpose, but it didn't look good. And, the other thing, I just think AJ allowed his frustrations and stuff that was going on within the team and stuff like that. I just think he let it affect his play on the field, Jaylen Brown was crying about MB flopping. I know. That's all they do is cry. Bro, he dropped them balls on purpose. You seen the effort. You see the instant. Yeah, I mean, I saw it. I saw it. But I don't know if I thought he was. I don't know if I think he dropped it on purpose. It's just hard for me to imagine somebody doing it on purpose in that situation. Like, even if you want out a team, like, I don't know. And the other thing is this, is if that's the case, then why do the players love him so much? Like, if you had a player on your team that literally was dropping balls on purpose, why would you like him? I wouldn't like a guy like that. If I had a teammate and he purposely was trying to cost us the game, I wouldn't like him. Yet AJ is beloved with his teammates. So, I mean, how does that work? Jalen Hurts is the most accurate quarterback in the Super Bowl NFL history. You'll never be able to take that away from him. 2 games. His best 2 games of his career were in the Super Bowl. How many quarterbacks go to 2 Super Bowls, let alone win one and be MVP, and then outplay Mahomes twice? I mean, that's pretty tough. Do you think Smitty's going to say AJ dropped the ball on purpose? No, but if he really believes it, if you really believe a guy did it, you might not go crush him publicly, but internally, do you want him on your team? Are you even going to want to socialize with a guy like that? I wouldn't want anything to do with a guy like that. During the most recent Super Bowl run, the Eagles had 2 hype videos during the playoff wins in this past year's playoffs. The Eagles didn't have any. They knew they were cooked, laughing my ass. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know that. If he drops them on purpose, best believe he's keeping it to himself. Yeah, I just think he was the emotions of things were affecting him and affecting his gameplay. I think affected his season, to be quite honest with you. And I never understood why, when they needed to get AJ Brown involved, it looked so hard. Like, why did it always look so hard and so obvious? Almost like they were doing it half-ass, instead of really trying to get him going. It's just weird. A lot of weird things with the whole situation. It's easy to tell someone's doing it on purpose. Y'all are speculating that he's dropped it on purpose. That tells the whole story. Yeah, I don't think he dropped it on purpose. I just think he allowed his emotions to affect his gameplay in that situation. Who got extended? How balls in it? Everybody. Guys drop balls. It happens. To me, I think if it was really on purpose, I think that the players would hate him. I think there would have been somebody on that roster that would spoke up, thank God he's gone. We haven't heard anything like that. By all accounts, all we hear is that he's beloved within that roster, which tells me that he didn't do it on purpose. And if he did do it on purpose, yeah, he's not going to tell anybody, I think because of the drama you see it, fair, well, maybe. What's up, 500? Just got on here. Would I miss anything apart from Big Dom? No, what happened to Big Dom? He was the captain. Nobody's going to come out there and say that you also. No, of course nobody's going to say it, but you're going to know. Like we would get reports saying AJ is going to get traded, and the players in the roster are happy. The fan, the players in the locker room, by all counts, are happy about it. We never hear that. We hear that he's beloved. We just heard Cooper DeJean talking about how much he loves him. I can't imagine, if you really believe the guy dropped it on purpose, that you're going to love the guy. Big Dom got extended. That's cool. Big Dom's the man. I think Big Dom was taking the pictures of Rossini. I think that was a Big Dom thing. Cold Steel Daver Super Chat. Appreciate it. Hurts gets held to a different standard. Yeah, he does. He does. It's crazy. It really is crazy. Could you imagine if Hurts couldn't get out of the first round of the playoffs and never sniffed a championship game? I just want to move on to end the day. Yeah, I get it. No, I get why people want to move on. I get it. It's frustrating, and you're sick and tired of it. All I request is just get the proper compensation. If you get the proper compensation, at this point, I'm ready to move forward. Guy hate the 49ers fans. I don't know when, by some point, they became almost insufferable. They have become crazy. Yeah, I used to be able to deal with the 49er fans. It's like, you hate Dallas, we hate Dallas, so we had that in common. But over the years, it has changed. I agree. I've also learned, not a big fan of the Viking fans. They never bothered me for years and years and years when they had Cunningham and Chris Carter was on our team. They didn't bother me. But after that 27 NFC Championship game, I see them differently. Get Delpit. Well, we talked a little bit about that earlier. I think if they got Delpit, that would be a great move for the Eagles. Here's my thing, though, is I don't think they're going to do it. I don't think they're going to go out and spend resources on a safety like that. If they do, they're going to get somebody that is really not making much, maybe a corner that they're converting. I think Michael Carter is going to be the safety, Yeah, well, that's what we're hearing, Ravego, is that the Chiefs are now in the mix for A.J. Brown. They're all of a sudden they're interested. And we're hearing the Rams maybe getting ready to entertain the idea again as well. So we might just get a bidding war. I think that's why Howie Roseman came out and made sure that he was like, A.J. Brown, we have no deal in place. There's nothing going on. He's an Eagle. And that's as far as good. I think he was letting the rest of the league know, no, we don't have a deal in place with the Patriots, Not anything that can't be, forgotten. And I think that the league needs to investigate them for tampering, to be quite honest with you. We got 424 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hit that like. Make sure you guys subscribe. Appreciate each and every one of you guys so very, very much. It means a lot. Yeah, good. That's exactly what we want. We need more teams interested. That's for sure. I want a haul for AJ. Oh, I do too. Philly, pray for my ears. I was cleaning them and a bowl of wax blocks my hearing. You need to get one of those little things. Don't use a Q-tip. It'll just push it further. You got to get one of those, I don't know what they are. The little water things. Shoot the water in there. And it'll just pop out. My plug. I'm cautiously optimistic about our offense as long as the O-line stays healthy. Oh, yeah. Look, I think if the Eagles run the ball, because I think that's the key to the offense. At the end of the day, it's going to come down to, can they run the ball? If they can run the ball, the league is in trouble. I think I'd rather lose to the Rams than the Chiefs. How come? I would rather lose to the Chiefs than the Rams. Like the Rams are interconference. Chiefs are AFC. We don't see them unless whatchamacallit. So it doesn't bother me. Let me just catch up here. We're not going to lose to either the Rams or the Chiefs. No, I don't expect us to either. I actually think we're going to be pretty damn good this year. I actually do. I think our defense is better. I mean, we still need a safety, but I think you got a better edge. I think you upgraded your edge. You upgraded your cornerback spot. So I think those two places, you lost something with Nakobe Dean, but I think Jahad Campbell, I think he's going to continue to get better. So I think your defense is better on paper. And then offensively, I think just by getting healthy with Cam Jurgens and Dickerson, that is a lot. But I think the real weakness of the offense was the offensive coordinator. I think it was the coaching. So I think you get a better offensive coordinator that knows what the hell they're doing and put guys in positions to succeed. I think the offense will be better. So if we get the offensive line better and healthy, that's going to be a huge improvement. Now, you may lose something if you lose A.J. Brown because, look, I think Lemon's going to be a good player, but, he's not going to come in first year and beat A.J. Brown. So you're going to lose something there, but the question is can you make it up somewhere else? I want revenge against the Raiders for that Super Bowl. Yeah, they're years away from going. Yeah, people are saying we extended Big Dom, but I mean, that's good. I can't believe that, it's being reported Big Dom Big Dom's the man. They're reporting that Big Dom got an extension. I mean, dude's the man. How many other teams have a guy like that would happen on? I think Buffalo will get involved in the AJ sweepstakes. They won't let New England get them. It's New England or Buffalo. Yeah, why not? If you're Buffalo, I don't understand it. You can use an AJ Brown, and you don't want to play him twice a year with New England, Why are Schefter making it seem like the Patriots are the only team? Well, I think for a long time, I think it was only the Patriots. I don't think there was anybody else really that interested after the Rams decided not to pursue it. But I think after the draft, when teams don't get certain guys at a position, then they start entertaining it. And I think that's what's happening. I don't understand why a team to me, the Kansas City Chiefs they should go all in to get A.J. Brown. Why wouldn't you put A.J. Brown with Mahomes? To me, it's a no-brainer. Philly, all our Super Bowls have revenge games next. All we need is, we need the Raiders next. It's true. Losing AJ will suck. We're a run first team behind Barkley. Get the run game and open up the pass game. It will. I think the run game is the key to the offense. Dave, they were super chat. What safety do you want to get? Current safeties? I don't know. I mean, a lot of the guys I wanted were already gone. I think Delpit would be good. I would take a chance on him. I think Delpit would be a good get. The dude from New Orleans, I don't know if that's real or not, but he could be a guy too. But I don't think the Eagles are going to do it though. If you look at them current history, they don't want to spend a lot of money at the safety position. They got C.J. Gardner-Johnson. He was a nickel corner that had 2 years left or 1 year left on his rookie contract. And they brought him in and moved him. I think they're going to try to do the same thing with Michael Carter this year. I think that's what they're going to do. I really don't know if they're going to go out and spend, Chiefs would need a hell of a lot more than A.J. Brown to beat us. Stop with the nonsense. I don't know. You must be talking to somebody else because I didn't say anything about beating us. I just said in general. Saquon is more important to us than AJ. I promise. He could run the routes for the new system anyway. Well, I think it's true. You got to be able to run the ball. You can't be one dimensional. If you're one dimensional, then you have a coordinator that you guys have seen the route trees that they show Devontae Smith and AJ Brown run weekly, and then they compare them to like other receivers. It's completely different. So yeah, I agree. Are Chiefs giving us 2 firsts though for AJ? No, but I don't think anybody's giving us 2 firsts. I don't think the Patriots are giving us 2 firsts. I mean, look, the Chiefs are an AFC team. They're not an NFC East team. They don't have to pay more, you know. Look, Nad is trying so hard to just be recognized. You know, acknowledge me, is Nad saying. And just keep ignoring him until he says something nice. Delpit would be perfect, but he's on the trade. Yeah, well, I mean, the speculation is that he is. They just drafted Warren, right? They just drafted a safety, so he may be on the block. Yeah, Philly, a lot of comments aren't necessarily to you. Yeah, I know. I forget that truth speaks sometimes, you know? So I have to remember that. Eagles signed Assistant GM John Ferrari and Chief Security Officer Dom DeSandro to a contract extension per league source. I love Big Dom. Big Dom is, he was taking pictures, right? You know that Rossini stuff. That was Big Dom. I have no doubt. I love Big Dom. Shotty implied that the Cowboys are going to Super Bowl. Dude, the Cowboys, somebody on the Cowboys implies it every year. And every year it's a disappointment. Good, I'm glad. Coach, my elbow is sore in NFC Championship. What? I need Pitt 4's chat. Oh, you need number 4's chat? Dak picked Scott Chose got 11 years and nothing. I know. And yet, our guys criticized. It was Joey Trent. Look for more staff changes. Tell Jeff coming soon. Ferrari and DeSandro are key pieces to the front office who sign new deals. I think there's a lot of stuff going on. What did you think about? You guys know that Clint Hurt is not only like the defensive line coach, but he's like one of the assistant coaches to the head coach. I think he's going to be your future defensive coordinator. What up, Hurts? Long live Jerry Jones. Yes, please. Mekhi Lemon will have 1,400 yards. Wow. Well, I tell you what, if he has 1,400 yards, nobody's going to be saying that Jalen Hurts can't throw over the middle. They won't be able to say. They'll probably say, "Oh, Jalen Hurts can't throw on the outside." It'll just be something else. I would love it if it was true. If it was really Big Dom. I know, right? I'm telling you, dude. It had to be Big Dom. He wanted to know why Vrabel's talking to A.J. Brown every day. And then Rossini's putting out that stuff. That would be great. It would be. It would be the greatest thing ever. But the fact that the league won't even look into it. They don't want anything to do with that. I think there's such a mess in New England. And with that coach and everything going on, I think New England takes a giant step back. Plus, they have a harder schedule. Do not be surprised if they're just a 500 team. I mean it. I could see New England being around 500, picking top 15 to 16, somewhere around there. Yeah, today's Jerry's birthday. He's 19,802 years old. Happy birthday, Jerry Jones, 19,803. It's got to be tough being 19,804 years old. I know you want a birthday party at 19,805. Jerry Jones is great. Keep him, Graf still has a hold on. I think you're right. Because the Patriots get away with so much crap. And there's clearly tampering. Mike Vrabel comes out at the combine and says, I talk to A.J. Brown. We text every day. To me, right there, that's a problem. The coach that you're texting who is on another team that is trying to trade for you, then the woman he's messing around with is constantly putting things out against the player he wants to ruin his value for the team he plays with and try to help push him out. How can you not investigate tampering in that situation? I heard if Clint Hurt gets the defensive coordinator job, Jason Taylor will be his D-line coach. I don't know. I know that he got interviewed in Miami and that thing ended. We didn't hear anything except for he went. I have a feeling that the Eagles want to keep him. Plus, you get UR Bernard, you bringing in Clint Hurt to basically like develop him. I think he needs more than 1 year. I think they have big plans for Clint Hurt. Mark Holmes, hey, Christian Parker said our secondary was shit. Now he's obsessed with Christian Parker. Now that he's a Dallas defensive coordinator, just another Cowboys. I know. Not only that is they're making shirts on Christian Parker. They got shirts made for Christian Parker. They got a nickname for Christian Parker. I really like Christian Parker. I think Caleb Downs going to Dallas with Christian Parker, he's going to be a great player. I do think that. But, dude, to act like he does is crazy. Plus, if Christian Parker's as good as he thinks, Christian Parker's gone. He's probably gone next year because they said that Christian Parker's on a fast track to be a head coach and that he doesn't expect to be a defensive coordinator for more than a year. So he can end up maybe 2 years maximum in Dallas. Anyways. Paul Federer, thank you, man, for the super chat, man. Appreciate you. Dom's the only human being that can walk in Eagles Stadium, the 76ers Stadium, without problem in the world. You ain't kidding, dude. I love Big Dom. Paul Federer, thank you for the super chat. Big Dom is like Ray Donovan. He is, dude. He's the man. Dom is my cousin's cousin. I like it. Chris Sims got fired for barely mentioning Diana Rossini's situation. Barely said anything about Vrabel. They took Udika's situation and blasted over. Oh, I know. They don't want anything to do with like the NFL's trying to distance themselves so quick from this. It's ridiculous because it's their New England Patriots. But man, there's a lot of tampering, a lot of shady stuff there. A lot of shady stuff. I don't think he can go in a hole. I mean, I think they would have to make like a, I mean, can they do front office maybe? But I mean, they would have to make something like, they would have to make a new category, the Big Dom category. I think Big Dom is the boss of the Eagles crime family. And they got Sirianni. They had to whack Patullo because he was ratting. And I think I think Dom is running the show. Robert Kraft was on video leaving the ring that got. Oh, that's right. He got busted at that massage parlor, and that they put that under. They hid that under the table too. That's so true. Damn. Yeah, New England gets away with deflating balls, happy endings, cheating coaches, tampering, stealing teams' play calls. I mean, geez, they get away with everything. Nah, I'm not really either. I'm telling you, like, I would love to just send AJ somewhere like Cleveland. Just send him somewhere stinky and just go ahead, I'm hoping that New England doesn't get him. Like, I hope the Chiefs, I hope the Rams, somebody come in and steal him from them. I think that would be the greatest thing ever. How much more cheating do the Patriots have to do in order to be held accountable? Like, I know, right? It's crazy. Yeah, money sure is. That's true. Delpit would be good. Yeah. Delpit, I like Delpit. I mean, I like the idea of Delpit. And with them getting the safety from Toledo in the draft, Delpit's expendable. I think Hurts going to have a year like Josh Allen did after Diggs left. If he does, we're winning the Super Bowl. Christian Gonzalez becomes cornerback 1, right? Well, I don't think Christian Gonzalez is as good as Quinion Mitchell. I still think Mitchell's better, but I like Gonzalez, though. But, I mean, look, that's far-fetched, I know. But at the same time, we said it earlier, man. Guess who was at Devontae Smith celebrity game? Christian Gonzalez. And you know me, this isn't a new thing I made up. I have consistently for 5 years talked about this Devontae, or 4 years, talked about the Devontae Smith softball game as a front for the Eagles to get intel on guys that they're interested in. I rather not the Chiefs. They would actually be good with Brown rather than not see him in a possible Super Bowl. Patriots would still be hit. Yeah, Patriots will still lose. I just don't like the idea that for a year and a half, this fan base was acting like we want your player and he's going to be our player now, and that's it. And then watch it come to fruition and the way it has. I just don't want to hear them. No, we are not getting. I know. I'm not saying we are, but I'm saying it went from 1% to 20%, because I'm telling you, the Eagles, they have guys that show up that softball game to get intel on. They want to see how those guys work and hang out, and get a feel from other players. I truly believe that. Now, I'm not saying Gonzalez, but if New England wanted to keep him, why didn't they just sign him to an extension? I asked Mitchell about him, and he showed me a Super Bowl ring his rookie season. Oh, yeah? That's cool. That's why we should not trade him, Pat. I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you there. Look, I totally agree. Don't trade him. Let's just not trade him. I'd be more worried about the Giants and the Cowboys, Philly. You think? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what their quarterback is. I think that they got a decent pass rush. I don't really care for their defensive tackles. Not worried about them. I think the quality of I think the Giants will be better. I think the quality of play will be better, but I don't know if they're ready, to be a second place team in the division. I mean, you better, who knows? It depends what Jackson Dart is. I think the Giants had a good draft, though. Okay, what happened? What happened with AJ? If we don't trade AJ, our offense will be. Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, if you don't trade him for whatever reason, it doesn't work out, and you got Lemon in the slot, and then AJ and Devon. Oh man, could you imagine? Wicks would be rotating it in. Man, yeah, that would be really good. It would be really, really good. Let me see here. I mean, it's going to be interesting. No question about it. Anyways, it should be interesting, but let me make sure I didn't miss anything here. Nope. All right. Yeah, I think that's it. If Mannion is half as good as the hype, we're going to Super Bowl, and Fangio has a roster now just one safety away from everything. Agreed. Eagles, Commies, Girls, Giants, in that order. I could see it. I don't know what to make of Washington, though. I mean, I like Jaden Daniels, but I don't know about the rest of the roster though. But I mean, we'll see. NFC East is back. Beast is back. It could be. Our conference got the conference with players talk most shit. Oh, 100%. I hope Mannion met up with AJ and pitched him on seeing what's good this year. I would love it. I mean, I would love that if it just nothing happened. He just stayed and he wanted to be here and he loved the system and it was like boom, Oh man, that offense would be so unstoppable. Yeah, I mean, I think they're friends. I don't know if they're as close as they were, but I think that they're like good. Can't pay Carter, Cooper, and Gonzalez. I know. That's my thing, David, though. What if, and I'm just throwing this out there, just throwing it out there. What if Howie's saying, yeah, I can't sign Gonzalez to an extension. I don't want to extend him. I'm going to bring him in. He's going to play for 2 years on that rookie contract. Then I'm going to let him go. And I'm going to get a compensatory pick. And I'm going to sign my other guys. What if he said that? What if he said that? To me, that's something I could see Howie Roseman doing. You get 2 years of him at a cheap price, and then Howie lets him walk. Maybe trades him, before free agency or something. What if they don't want to sign him, and that's never the plan? What if the plan is just to bring him in and let him play it out for 2 years? I don't think Gonzalez would like that. But what choice does he have? Just a thought. I think the Giants are a year away from being... Yeah, I think so too. I think we got to see what Jackson Dart is, though. Like, okay, he looked good his rookie year. Now we got to see what he does his second year. And then we'll see. But I think the Giants are on... the trending up. I think the Giants are trending up. I think the Dallas is going to start to trend down, and they don't even know it yet. Get 1 year traded for 2 firsts? Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, why is it a Devontae Smith softball game? Somebody always gets the Eagles every year except for last year have traded for somebody that played on that softball game, on the Devontae Smith celebrity softball game. Every year but last year, they have traded for a player, or they have gotten a player, signed a player that was on that celebrity softball team. And last year, you remember, they tried to get Micah Parsons. Well, Parsons played on that celebrity softball team. Jahan Dotson, another example. For whatever reason, they do it. All I'm saying is Christian Gonzalez was there. Do I think they were going to get him? No. But I also would not put it past Howie Roseman to say, I ain't worried about an extension. I'm just going to let him play 2 years and then get a compensatory pick. I'm just saying, it's a weird thought. I know. Gonzalez, well, okay. But he's not homegrown, though. That would be the difference. The one thing that I think you learn, though, is like when these guys come over from another team like AJ, right? Like no matter what, it's not the same when they're homegrown. When they're drafted by the Eagles and they stay within the Eagles organization, they're always a lot more loyal. When they come over from somewhere else, they're more like mercenaries. Anything can happen. I would say it went from 1% or less than 1% to maybe, we'll say 15 to 20%. Just because I believe in the whole Devontae Smith softball conspiracy. I do. I believe the Eagles used that Devontae Smith softball game as an opportunity to bring in guys off of other rosters or free agents that they may be interested at some point and want to kind of get a feel on how they are, how they get along with the Eagle players, and then maybe get feedback from some of the Eagle players themselves. Just my theory. We kept with Dotson. No, we brought Dotson in, and he played 2 years with us. He played out his rookie year, and he left. Why can't he do that with Gonzalez? I'm just saying. Damn it, Tippett's out. See, the Flyers, they need number one line. Like, I just don't think, like, they've got good second, third, fourth lines, but they don't have that one line. They need a center, they need a defenseman, they need a winger, like top line guys. Dodson had me mad. He was supposed to turn into a defender and could have prevented at least 2 interceptions. Lemon would never. Are you talking about the Niners game? The Cowgirls game was the biggest embarrassment in Eagles history. Oh, that was horrible. We were up 21-0, dude. Fancy says, go Sixers. Yeah, go Sixers is right. Sixers Flyers tonight. Can't wait. You know, Gonzalez the top 3. Okay, well, I'm just saying. If I have a top 3 defender, I am not signing him to an extension. Why? What are the Patriots waiting for? Why wasn't Gonzalez at last year's softball game? With all this AJ trade talk to New England, suspicious that Gonzalez was at Smith Cherry event. That's what I'm saying. And then that's what I'm saying. And they didn't extend him. They picked his contract up. I'm saying, like, I know it's highly unlikely, but I really do believe that they look at guys on that roster, on that Devontae Smith softball game, and all of a sudden he's playing. We'll see. Phillies are losing. Marlins at the moment can't hit. They struggle with that. I've never seen a team that just seems like they just disappear for like inning after inning after inning. It's going to be interesting. Who has a Sixers Flyers parlay? I got some player stuff tonight, but I think the Flyers win game 1. I think the Sixers lose game 1. I mean, Flyers are going to win tonight. Flyers were coming off their win. They were still on cloud 9. I think they were a little tired. Why the NHL started that series before Montreal played game 7 is a crime in my opinion. I hate when they start round 2 in certain games, but then they're still playing round 1. I think you have to finish round 1, then you start round 2. Finish round 2, then you start the championship series. I think the Sixers lose. If I had to guess, and hopefully they both win, I would say Sixers fall game 1, Flyers win game 2, and then the Sixers win the next 3 games after tonight. Sixers are going to win that series. Flyers, I don't know if they can win that series. Carolina is good, but I think the Sixers are going to win. But if the Flyers, you just get a split. Well, on 500, I'm confident Emmanuel will bring the best offense we can get, talent we have, as long as they play Collins good and a safety kicker and weakness then Super Bowl. I agree. I think the Sixers. I think they're going to win the series, but I don't think they're going to win game 1 because I think Leon Banks is right. I think they're going to be tired coming off that game 7. You know, I think he's right there, but I just think it's a tough game to go. Tough night. If they steal it, if they win, watch out. I think the Flyers were the same situation. I think the Flyers weren't ready for game 1. I mean, I think they're going to be much better tonight. No, I think they can beat the Knicks. It's not a Knicks situation. It's just that when you play a game 7, that emotion, you come back from 3-1. Then you get 1 day off, and then you're going in to now you have to play the Knicks. Like, they didn't even give them any chance to rest. Like, I think it's hard to come down from that and be ready. I think the Flyers had the same situation, you know. But I think game 1, if the Sixers to me are going to win a game, it's going to be game 2. And just like the Flyers, I think game 2's a better chance than game 1. Yeah, Levi, I just said that I agree. The 1 day off is nonsense. It is. It screws us big time, dude. You know, it screws us big time, and it's unfair, dude. Like, how does Montreal play game 7 yesterday, and the Flyers already had played game 1 of round 2? That's ridiculous. And both leagues do it, you know, which I never understood. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna go. I gotta go pick up my kids at 2:30, so my time. So I'm gonna end this stream. But I want to thank everybody for joining me today. It was an interesting conversation. I'm sure I'll be getting a lot of hate on the replay because people are gonna go off of the Gonzalez thing. But I'm telling you, it went from 1% to maybe 15, 20% now, just because of the Devontae Smith thing. I truly believe it. But with that, I'm going to get out of here. I will see you guys. We might be live tomorrow. We will see, but we'll be live. We'll be back tomorrow for sure. So with that said, we're going to get out of here. I hope you guys have a great, great day. Peace out. Talk to yous. Love yous. Bye-bye.
Come on, guys.
2 minutes to go. You have plenty of time.
Come on.
Oh, shit! Dad! No!
It's over. It's over. This game is over. Cut it off. It's over.
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay.
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak.
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott. Trying to feed the fantasy lamb. Trying to feed the sea lamb. You tried to feed the sea lamb. You tried to give it to sea lamb. God. It's over. It's over, Dak. Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming. I feel like it's going to take Jerry Jones taking. Cut it off. It's over.
Fuck.